Hi, this is the fourth video of my brutally honest book review series, and today we are talking about the one of the most famous books in personal development category, and the book is Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by American educator and author Stephen Covey. So this is a very good book, amazing book, and it has a set of seven habits or seven life lessons that the author thinks that if you follow them, then your success is guaranteed. And these habits are like be proactive, sharpen the saw, uh, begin with the end in mind. But the way in which author explains those habits or those lessons through examples or the stories from his life and the life of others is just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So though all the habits are like will teach you so much and it will change the way you think and approach life, but I really loved the first and the last habit. So the first habit says be proactive. Now they mean by being proactive is that people are reactive in the way that they always react to the situation. For example, COVID happened. Oh shit, I cannot do anything. Oh shit, this happened, my boss is bad, my like professor is bad, this thing is bad, that thing is bad. They never think about, okay, the situation is hell, but what can I do from now to change this situation? What can I do instead of just reacting to the situation? So this was just an amazing insight that I got, because I had the tendency to be reactive in most of the situations in my life. Okay, this is not working, what should I do? Not like this should be the main question. What, not what should I do, what can I do? What can I do to change this situation, to change this in my favor, or at least improve the things to some extent? And the last habit is sharpen the saw. Now, very interesting. So, Abraham Lincoln once said that if you give me 6 hours to cut down a tree, I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the saw. Sharpening the saw. Very deep. Very like great thought. Great quote. So, in like last habit, the author explains that you should be prepared for life. You should take care of yourself. You should have enough skill. Your health should be good. Your mental health should be good. Your communication should be good. If you want to succeed in life, if you want to take the advantage of other habits, you should be capable enough. And you cannot do this until you are healthy. You are mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, and healthy in every way. So these two are like my favorite portions of the book. In the middle portion, author talks about like his relationship with his wife and his kids and his family. In the middle of the book, he talks a lot about his relationship with his partner and how they solve problems, how they communicate. And to be honest, I did not find that content very relatable because I'm single and I have never been in a relationship. But that doesn't mean that you won't like it. I still enjoyed reading it because it was written in such a beautiful way. And I would also like to say that this book is mainly written for like people who are mature, that is, who have a family, who have a like settled career. But that doesn't mean that young people cannot read that. I never said that. But what I mean by that is, if you read this book when you're very young, like in your late teens or early 20s, then you should reread this book after some years. I have read this book twice. I read it once like 1.5 years ago, and I read this again before making this review, and it felt like a different book, because when we read it again, we are in a different state of mind, we are a different person. So make sure, and I will read it again after some years, and I am sure it will feel like a different book. So make sure that if you read it at a very young age, then you read it again after some years. Let's talk about the language of the book. The language of the book, I would not say that it was very easy, but it was not difficult too. You can easily understand and read this book. The length is not very short, but it is not very long too, and the length is justified because he has experienced seven different habits in detail. So the length is very justified. It is not too lengthy. So let's talk about positives. Positives is there are like lots of positives. Language is good, written in an interesting way. You'll get so much knowledge. I think it will change you as a person. This book will change you. It covers a wide range of topics from productivity to health to relationships to negotiation. Let's talk about negatives. To be honest, there are no negatives as such, but I have to give you something, so I will give you. So this book is an old book. it was written before internet revolution, before computers, and before all that. So there are some things that are like not, you will not find the mention of such things in that book, because world has changed so much, people think different now, world is different now. So this is the probably only negative in this book, but still 95 to 97% of this book is still very relevant. It is amazing. If you want to pick up a good book, you should, and a book that can change your life, then you should surely add this to your to read list. And if you are planning to start your reading habit, then you can pick up this book, but it is a little lengthy, not very lengthy, a little lengthy. So I recommend that you start with some small books initially if you want to, like, you're just starting the reading habit and you're planning to pick up your first book. But you should surely read this book as your third or maybe fourth book, like something like that. So overall, great book, amazing book. You should surely read it. Thank you.